So today is Sunday. It is my day off from the salon. Most hairstylists work like Tuesday through Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday is like our weekend. So today's kind of like my Saturday. But I have really desperately been needing to just kind of like pamper myself and, you know, take care of some things. So I thought that I would vlog today while I'm doing these things. I need to refresh my hair color, wax my face, do my nails, do some laundry. But so far today's been really productive. I edited and posted a video, I worked out, and now I just got out of the shower. I have a hair treatment in my hair right now. I'm doing Olaplex number 3. This is like a bond reconstructor for your hair. So if your hair is damaged at all, or you just, you know, color it often, this is a really good thing to do for your hair to just kind of help make it strong and keep it healthy and repair some damage. It's seriously like a miracle in a bottle. Highly, highly recommend. I'm just gonna leave it on for a good amount of time, maybe 30-40 minutes. So now we're gonna go do some laundry. Have you guys seen that meme that's been going around that was like, everyone would always, you know, talk about how you have to separate your laundry, and I've just been washing everything all together for years and so far nothing bad has happened, or I don't know, something. I'll find it, insert here. But I just think it's so funny because I can so relate to that. Because if I'm just washing laundry for myself, I'm not gonna do like 3 tiny little separate loads, you know what I'm saying? The most I'll do if I have a lot to wash is I'll do like darks and lights. Okay, now it's time to wax. So I have my little wax pot warming up. I just need to cut some of these papers into little strips. So I got some smaller ones for my eyebrows and then some wider ones for my lip. So I got my eyebrows microbladed actually. I still need to go for a touch-up. They're not completely done yet. But even when you get them microbladed, you will still have hairs that will grow outside of your shape that you need to clean up. So I have a couple, I don't know if you can see, but a few in the middle. And then I do get a little bit of hairs on my top lip. They're not super visible, but I feel like when I wear a foundation you can kind of see them a little bit, so I just like to wax those off as well. So I just washed that Olaplex treatment out of my hair. Now I'm going to just kind of roughly blow dry it a little bit just to get like the excess moisture out. I want my hair to be more on the damp side, so I'm gonna dry it to like 60% dry, I wanna say. Still a little wet, especially like on the ends, but it's not like dripping and sopping wet. So the color that I am using is 4 Stroke 0 by Wella Color Touch. This is essentially like a 4N, a 4 neutral, 4 natural in other color lines, and it's a level 4, so it's a nice dark brown. It's not quite black, but it's just a nice dark brown. And I don't like my hair, like when you hold it up to the light, I don't like for it to look really red. So lately I've been doing either a 3 Stroke 0 or a 4 Stroke 0. So level 3 natural or level 4 natural. This time around I decided to go with a 4. I don't really need to darken up too much, but I don't know if you can kind of see, especially on the top, it's kind of faded a little bit. So I just want to kind of gloss over that so it's nice and even. So I'm going to mix up 1 part color to 2 parts 6 volume developer. So I'm doing 15 grams of color, and then I'm gonna do double that, so 30 grams of developer. So I clipped my hair up. This is just a demi-permanent color, so it only needs about 20 minutes to process. In the meantime, I'm gonna do this little face mask. This is just a little sample one that I got at Sephora, but this is from the brand Pharmacy, and this is the Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. My skin is feeling a little bit dry, like right around here, so I would do this. And as you rub it in, it starts to get a little warm and tingly, and it feels really good. It's funny, you would think like normally in the summertime your skin is a little bit more oily, but I think just from like being out in the sun a lot and stuff, my skin's been feeling a little more on the dry side. So I am about to paint my nails and watch some Netflix while my hair's processing. So on my toes, I am going to do Wicked by Essie. And then on my fingers, I'm doing this Rimmel Lasting Pro Finish polish in the shade Steel Gray. And the show I'm watching is The Sinner. I just watched the first episode last night. It has Jessica Biel in it. In the first episode so far, she is just a wife and mom. She's at the lake with her family the one day, and she sees this couple kind of like messing around with each other. And I don't know, it triggers her for whatever reason, and she has a knife in her hand. She's cutting some fruit for her son, and she just attacks the guy and starts stabbing him and kills him. And so yeah, she's in jail now, and they're trying to figure out like what happened, like what set her off, why did she do this, does she have some sort of mental health issue, or like is there something that happened in her past. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. And the one guy that was there as a witness, I think he was friends with the guy that she kills. He noticed that the guy like looked at her as if he knew her or recognized her. So, but she claims she's never met this guy before and he was a total stranger. So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna watch episode 2 of that and do my nails.
He thinks the case will scare away the leaf papers. I'm worried about. What are you doing? Well, it makes it longer. You know, it's just...
Oh, well, I think it looks nice. You can see his ears for once.
You really called it?
Still doesn't make sense to me. She never had a problem with drugs before.
So Elizabeth, when she... If you knew what a piece of shit I was, you never would have...
Stop. Stop that. 5. And we're narrowing it down. Is there, and something has happened to her, and I think we shouldn't proceed.
Get to it.
And then after Israel, we had...
So I washed out my hair, dried and styled it, so it's all nice and refreshed. Nice dark brown. Ugh, this little piece is annoying me. Oh, and here's how my nails turned out. Love that color. So I was just out meeting up with my friend Veronica. Even though I graduated cosmetology school like several months ago, my school does 2 graduation ceremonies a year, and so everyone who graduated within like that 6-month period, they just kind of all group together in one ceremony. So my graduation is actually tomorrow, but I decided I'm not gonna go. And she has a huge family, so she needed extra tickets, so I was just meeting up with her so I could give her mine, since I'm not going to be using them. But I thought that it would be kind of fun because I've been watching a lot of videos lately of like salon horror stories, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting to share some of my like bad experiences that I've had so far in the salon. Luckily, fingers crossed, I haven't had too many, and I haven't like really fucked anyone's hair up. Like I haven't, you know, given anyone chemical burns or did, you know, a horrible job on their hair, but I've definitely had like some dissatisfied people or just like hard to please people. And I don't know, I think sharing these stories like as a stylist, it's always like reassuring for other people who do hair. And I know a lot of you guys who follow me are either stylists as well or you're in cosmetology school, so yeah, you know, it's good to just know that these things happen to everybody. So this was like my first stylist job right out of school. I don't work there anymore. When people would call to make an appointment, the receptionists who confirm these appointments don't do hair, so they don't really know. Like, they have a general idea of like, okay, a balayage should take about this long, or you know, haircuts are this long, whatever, but they don't really know like all the right questions to ask people when they're making an appointment. So this lady, I'm pretty sure she was scheduled as a fashion color, which fashion colors are like, you know, those bright unnatural colors like purple, pink, blue, stuff like that. This lady walks in and she has super long hair down to her waist, and it is black. And I could tell from across the salon, I could tell that it was box dye. And I'm like, oh my God, please tell me this is not my client. Sure enough, it was. And you know, not only did she have all this box dyed hair, but she had a baby with her in a stroller. Which, you know, whatever, that's fine. But if you're going into a salon to get your hair colored and you know you're gonna be there for a few hours, why would you bring a kid with you? Like, they're gonna get bored, they're not gonna wanna sit still after a while, and they're gonna get fussy, and you know what I mean? Like, if you can help it, leave your kid with someone else. Anyway, so, you know, she comes, she sits down in my chair, and I'm like, all right, we need to have a good consultation. So, you know, I'm asking her, okay, so what is it that you're looking to get done today? She pulls out a picture of super light, ashy, blonde hair. And then she's like, I know that I'm gonna be here like all day. Like, I know this is gonna take a really long time. Yeah, no kidding. And if you knew that, why would you bring your baby with you? But anyway, so I'm like, you know, trying to contain myself, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, let's talk a little bit about your hair history. Like, I can see that you have some artificial color in it. Did you get this done in a salon, or did you do this at home with a box dye? And she was like, oh yeah, this is box dye. I've been doing black box dye on my hair for the last 18 years. Like, every few months, she's been redoing this box dye. And from the looks of it, it looks like every time she would touch it up, rather than just putting it on her roots, she would literally put it from like roots to ends, because her hair was like, you could just tell the color was so built up. Like, her hair looked like an oil slick. It was just like pitch black. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, this picture that you're showing me is very light. This is like a level 9 or 10, and right now you are at a 1. You know, and not only is your hair so dark, but you have so much color built up, and that's box color. So, you know, it's gonna be really hard to break through all of that color. It's also gonna be very unpredictable. Like, I can't say what's gonna happen. I don't know that your hair even will lighten up at all. You know, that's just unfortunately how it works. So I was like, you know, what I'm willing to do is, you know, let's try a test strand. We'll lighten just one little piece of your hair to see what it does. And I mean, hopefully if it responds well, then we can maybe just break up the black at least and get you to more of a brown. But I can't make any promises. All we can do right now is the test strand, and you know, we'll go from there. So she was a little disappointed at first, because I think she really was fully expecting to leave the salon with this like light ashy blonde. So as I'm literally about to walk away to go to the back to mix up the lightener for her test strand, my boss comes over and she's like, hi, and introduces herself and literally just redoes my whole entire consultation. Asked her the exact same questions I just finished asking her. Like, it kind of bothered me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but whatever, you know, it's her salon. I'm still a junior stylist technically, so whatever, by all means. And so my boss is like, yeah, no, we're not going to be able to lighten your hair at all. If we try to put bleach on your hair right now, it's going to just fall right off. So, you know, all we can do is, because she did have some roots that were growing in. Her hair was naturally dark brown, but she had like a little bit of some grays. So she was like, how about, you know, we touch up your roots, we cover up those grays, and we, you know, we'll use salon color, and that way we can start transitioning you into using salon color. And then maybe in like a year's time, when all of your hair is just salon color, then we'll be able to lighten it from there. But we can't do anything with your hair. Like, you just have to wait a year and grow it out. Who knows, maybe it wouldn't have lightened at all and it would have just fried her hair, but I wanted to at least do the test strand so that I could see for myself and also show her, hey, look, we tried and it's just not gonna happen. So that way at least she knew and could see for herself and wasn't just leaving there like, oh, they just don't wanna, you know, I'm just gonna go somewhere else. You know, I can't go against what my boss is saying. So that's what we ended up doing. We ended up touching up her roots instead. And also, another thing about this woman is she constantly kept talking about her husband and saying how her husband wanted her blonde and her husband was paying for this appointment, and you know, he only liked this and didn't like that, and she was constantly texting him and calling him throughout the whole appointment to confirm things with him and like get things approved by him. So I'm doing her root touch up, then I'm washing it out, and she's like, okay, well, can we do a haircut then at least, because I was expecting to leave here with a totally different look, and since we can't change the color, I at least want to do something different with my haircut, because her hair was like, I think pretty much all one length, and it was very, very long. So she's showing me these pictures, and again, she's like, oh, okay, you know, I like the length of this haircut, but then the layers in this one, but it has to be exactly like the picture because my husband saw these pictures and said that these are okay. So, you know, it has to look just like the picture. And I'm like, okay, you fucking psycho. So I'm doing her haircut, and let's not forget, right, she has this baby with her. So the baby was actually really well behaved. I mean, he was, I think, only like a year old. So considering his age, like, he was really well behaved. He was super sweet, but the baby at this point was starting to get a little bit antsy. So she's like trying to give him like his little snacks, and then he's knocking them over and making like a whole mess. And mind you, when you're getting your haircut, right, you need to be sitting still. You need to be following your stylist's instructions and moving your head as they need you to. Like, you can't be sitting there getting your haircut and then like turning suddenly to, like, you know, look at your baby. Like, that's how your haircut's gonna get fucked up, or I'm gonna end up cutting myself, or you. So she keeps doing this, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need you to sit still and look straight ahead, because, you know, I'm trying to do this haircut, and I know that you're like in a hurry to leave now, but you know, this is just gonna take longer the more you keep moving. And then I'm like more or less finished with the cut, but I always like to, especially with layers, I like to dry the hair first, because once the hair is dry, it lays a little bit differently compared to when it's wet. So I like to dry the hair and then check the cut and, you know, add any little final touches and perfect it and all that. If, you know, some areas look like they need to be kind of thinned out a little bit more or whatever, I do that after the hair is dry. This lady would not even let me finish blow drying her hair because the baby just like kept crying at this point, and she was just like, okay, are you basically done? Like, all you're gonna do is blow dry it now? Okay. And then she just like stands up and she's like, okay, well, I'm leaving then, because I just don't have time for this. I don't have time for you to finish. This is just taking like way too long. First of all, bitch, you were expecting to be here all day long getting your blonde color, but now you can't give me like an extra 10 or 15 minutes to finish like drying your hair and make sure that your cut looks okay. She walked out of there with majority of her hair still wet. So I have no idea what her haircut even ended up looking like. And considering she kept moving her head, I'm sure that it wasn't that good. And then I guess once she got home at some point, she left a really negative, nasty review. I didn't see it myself. I don't even know where she posted it. I just had heard about it from my boss, and I don't know if she was saying negative things about me specifically as her stylist, or if it was more so like my boss that she was mad at, because that is kind of how it seemed when she was there, but I have no idea. And I don't know if she was like pissed about the color thing, or if she was also unhappy with her haircut. Like, I have no idea. All I know is she left there frustrated and pissed, and I was unhappy and frustrated too. So it was all around not a good experience. I'm not even gonna lie, I completely forgot about the laundry I was doing. So finally putting the last load in the dryer. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna wrap up the vlog here. I am gonna go finish watching some more of that show, Sinner. I think now I'm on like episode 5. So yeah, if you're looking for a new show to watch, I definitely recommend it. It's pretty good so far. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If any of you guys are hairstylists out there, let me know some of your salon horror stories in the comments, or you know, just stories of like some, there's a fucking fly in here, or just let me know some stories of, you know, some bad experiences you've had, bad customers. I'd love to hear them. I find that stuff. All right, this fly is driving me crazy. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.